Hello everyone, this is my daily vlog episode 12. I'd like to talk today about Kali Ma. I've avoided talking about Kali Ma for some time for the simple reason that I am first and foremost a devotee of Divine Mother Kali Ma. The force that is Kali Ma isn't very specific to Hinduism, to be honest, as I've gotten to know Kali Ma more. Kali Ma is that form of the Divine Mother which is closest to the supreme form of God, the God beyond creation, beyond manifestation in the world that we know. The Divine Mother Kali Ma is basically that aspect of God which was created directly after God splitting into different forms. And God split into different forms because he wanted to experience himself. That's the explanation in Hinduism, and I am Hindu. But once he split into different forms, it all started basically with Kali Ma, in my opinion. He split into two forms, the original form of Kali Ma, and then everything took place. Kali Ma represents the void, in a way. Not blackness and corruption in the way that we think, but blackness and void in the way that we usually understand them. Let me explain. For everything to exist, there needs to be a void. There needs to be a space in which they can exist. Anything can exist. And so Kali Ma basically is that void. That vast and eternal womb which seems endless and infinite. And in many aspects it is. But there's nothing truly infinite until one reaches or becomes a part of the spirit beyond creation, which is the ultimate form of God. But Kali Ma is that void directly after that ultimate form of God, and the form of God that I devote myself to and pay faith to worship the ultimate form of God, the spirit beyond creation. Kali Ma, for most people, is a warrior mother. She is that mother who forces us to eat our vegetables and protects us from predators that try to take advantage of us, try to take advantage of her children. And you don't always have to be a devotee of Kali Ma in order to experience this. If you have a mother who would protect you from anything, and who wants you to eat the right things and perform the right actions, then that is Kali Ma in human form, basically. Kali Ma doesn't require you to believe in her in order for her to exist or influence your life. And it's really hard to work with Kali Ma directly a lot of the time because her influence is so vast. Her influence spans many dominions and much of reality. So it's hard to work with her directly, and even when I work with her, and this is the reason why I've gone to other spirits and other gods in order to work devotionary actions and material gains in my life, is because it's hard to work with her directly because she is so vast, she's so distant, she's so close to that which is beyond everything we know. If I would name a few things that Kali Ma would take as offerings, is your own time, your own patience, and your own persistence toward virtue. She's not going to accept. It'd be hard to reach her through the same ways that we offer other gods different kinds of material things, like food and incense or mantras and things like that. Mantras, you get closer to her. Om Kling Kali Kaye Namaha is her mantra, but it's even hard to get to her through that, I found. And really, there has to be changes within your very psyche, within your very mind, with your very understanding of spirit in order for you to really get close to her. And getting close to Kali Ma is not something that is similar to getting close to other gods. Because getting close to other gods involves getting close to their material manifestations, and Kali Ma simply isn't very material. She's the energy in this realm, not the material in this realm. Whereas Shiva is the material in this realm, Shiva is actually the energy in the astral realm, and Kali Ma is the material in the astral realm. So that's why in the material realm it's very hard to understand her a lot of the time. what you can do is repeat that mantra over and over again when it comes to Kali Ma. Om Kaling Kali Kaye Namaha, which means I am a powerful being, time is on my side. Because Kali Ma, the Kali part means conqueror of time, because Kal is time, Kali means conqueror of time. Kali Ma basically means the mother that conquers time. And the mother basically refers to her nurturing and her bringing up of her children, us, those who accept her, but also those who don't even know about her. Just basically the mother who protects and helps us towards achieving moksha, liberation. Other ways to get close to her. There's the Kali Yantra. The yantra, which is basically very specific to Kali, but it can be used for Kali Ma, as I've seen before. And if you focus on that yantra, which is the yantra is a visual mantra, then you're likely to get a little bit closer to her. And I'll show you that. I actually have it on my wall. And this is the Sri Mahakali Yantra, but it's basically a Kali Yantra. And that's basically what it looks like. But that's another way to get a little bit closer to her. And really, you have to get close to Kali Ma, which is the form of Kali that I am devoted to. That I'm first and foremost a devotee to the Divine Mother Kali Ma. To get close to Kali Ma, you have to see this light within yourself that illuminates the obstacles and within yourself, and basically obliterates the fear and blackness that surrounds your obstacles. Getting close to Kali Ma is all about conquering these obstacles within yourself, casting light within your own fears, and viewing them for what they are, and overcoming them. Getting closer to Kali Ma has to do with taking your own advice. Taking the advice your conscience gives you, and that increases your consciousness and your attunement with true consciousness. When your conscience tells you something that you shouldn't do, don't do it. That's how to get close to Kali Ma. When your conscience tells you something to do, make sure to follow it. Make sure to pursue that path and to try and understand what can come next. Kali Ma is such a vast force, it's really hard to try and explain how to get close to her like you would other gods or spirits, because her influence is so vast. And even after devoting myself to her for a long period of time, it doesn't feel like I'm as close to her as I'd like to be. But another way you can get close to Kali Ma is that when you eat food, when you're praying before you eat food, if you pray, I would recommend that you do, say, thank you, Divine Mother Kali Ma, for this food I'm about to eat. This food is Brahman. I am Brahman. All is Brahman. And Brahman is soul. You say that within yourself, and that will basically make an idea intrinsic to your mind. The idea is that everything is a part of soul. And that experience is close to Kali Ma. And when you say this prayer before you eat, like I do, before I eat anything, also imagine this giant, slightly reddish, mostly white figure of a mother, whatever you view a mother to be. But it only has the outline. It doesn't have the same features as the image that you think of a mother as being. It only has the outline, and you imagine it's a reddish white. And then around the outside, you imagine a more redder tint, but not quite dark red or red even, or orange. More like just a slight red around her, just a little bit less than you would imagine the form. And then you imagine her hair is kind of black, and it's kind of long, and big strands around her. And there's white light streaming towards you. Right at your face, into your eyes, but it's not a harsh white light. It's a gentle one, and I have a specific thing that I see or visualize when I'm praying over food, as I've said. But you have to kind of come up with the other details yourself. In order to get in touch with Kali Ma, you have to come up with some of the details. But this basic detail, just imagine that while you're praying over the food. This food is Brahman. I am Brahman. All is Brahman. And just imagine that image and the light coming towards you and basking. And you're basking in it. And it's completely engulfing you. But try to visualize it. And that's what has brought me closer to Kali Ma. That's one of the main techniques I use in order to bring myself closer to the Divine Mother. Is this idea of light when I'm praying for food, and this form and this idea of light on me and in me in a way, kind of engulfing me in my very being. And you're thanking basically the Divine Mother for that food when you say the prayer, and you also visualize this image and the light coming over you. Now, it's something that is very hard to do within, the time that you would do the prayer in. But over time, it becomes easier, and you start feeling the influence of this, and you don't really want to open your eyes and stop visualizing this. And if you visualize this in meditation, not only will you come up with more details, you'll start feeling different. And if you can basically offer anything to the Divine Mother Kali Ma. You can offer her flowers sincerely. You can offer her consistent mantra recitation. You can offer her whatever food you make, and she will appreciate it. It's so vast. Her presence is so vast. It's really hard to quantify, how each one of these little things feel. So over time, you kind of get a feel for what connects you to her, and you have to act based on that. And, I'll make another video based on this. This is just an introductory video to how to devote yourself to Divine Mother Kali Ma, or get in touch with her, work with her, whatever you want to call it. But just, stay tuned in if you want to hear more about her, because I am first and foremost a devotee of the Divine Mother Kali Ma, like I've said a few times in this video. But thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this, like and subscribe, and comment. And even if you don't, feel free to comment. I'm open to suggestions. This is just how I believe, this is how I practice, and this is who I am. So I'm open to whoever you are. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.